Shalom, 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 shalom. This is Naaman with the Great Millstone Camp here in D.C. Just give me one moment. All right, there I am. All right. First and foremost, call all your help by Hashem El Shai, by Hashem Dash. And of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone Renewal. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways. All right, pushing the truth across the four corners of this earth. Of course, aided by the many videos that are uploaded on a daily. All right, to help assist in doing that, and that are pushed out for everyone's edification if you so choose. All right, and this will further allow word, if received, to wake up the remaining hopefully elected our people. All right, this is why we're doing it. This is the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use. All right, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. How many times have we tried to stress the fact that your politicians have been bought here in America, have for the longest of times? But for a foreign entity, i.e. a nation, to have basically carte blanche here in the American, political system, and they distract you by pushing the Russia/China narrative. But the real bad guys are the Israelis that directly affect, all right, your representatives, who's who in office. All the money. In this particular video I'm about to bring up, they just about brag about it. But this video coupled with, I wish I had thought to bring it up, the gentleman that was up on the hill asking people, your representatives and staffers, America first or Israel first, and every last one of them is about to have a heart attack because they're so afraid to even answer them. They just get the hell out of the way. People taking stairs that haven't taken stairs in years, probably. People getting on floors that, from elevators that, just to get away from the guy. These are your people that allow these demonic people, all right, whatever they've got on them, whatever bribe they took to sell you out, you American people, and you wondering why you're not getting anything and all your money is going over there so they can live the socialism life that you so complain about over here because you're so worried about the so-called black man, the American Negro. You're so worried that we're going to get something. So I say, hey, good. This is what you get. Hey, I'm happy for you. All right, let's go ahead and get to the video. But all the scriptures that say all the traps you set for us, hey, it's going to fall on you. It's going to fall on your head. Everything's going to come back on you. All right, that's why we're just sitting back. There's no need to take up arms like these idiots because the scriptures tell us not to. That's Zephaniah 3 and 8. In fact, let's get there. See, all we have to do, understanding through the Holy Spirit the prophecies. All right, yeah, just sit back and watch the shit show. Watch everything fall apart. This is Zephaniah 3 and 8. All right, and it tells you, therefore, wait ye upon me. This is a commandment, saith the Most High. This is, let me get the, all right, this is in all caps. All right, what does that say? Yahweh, Yahweh. That's the Most High, self-existent, eternal. That's the Most High. All right, his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. Two separate entities. All right. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Most High, until the day that I rise up to the prey. We can't fight this man. His blessing is the sword. And that encompasses so much. No, we're not talking about running around here with an actual sword. You know, no, that's, no, no. All for matters of warfare, his technology, that's his blessing. He's always going to be a step, at least a step ahead. All right, look what they did down in Venezuela. They were no match. All right. For my determination is to gather the nations. All right, and that tells you what? That he has a strategy for this. All right. There's a way that things have to play out according to the Most High. He says to pour upon, you know, what's another way of putting it is prophecy must be fulfilled. To pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. We're on the brink of this happening. All right, here we go. Well, this is shocking. Just give us your secret. By the way, I failed to mention this is uh, Kim Iverson. All right, very good Kim Iverson show. Uh, follow her. Uh, so back to the video. Influential political.
relationship with politician and to have access. And access and relationship can buy you influence, doesn't mean it's going to buy you. So you both master that. So can you share with us? I want everyone to learn today. How do you start? How do you build a relationship with a politician? I know there is always money involved because that.
He says this. You both mastered that. By the way, he says you both mastered that, like the buying of American politicians. So how do you do it?
Part of the system, but the relationship is not always just about money, because you to have the access and to have the relationship to create an influence, you need not just the money. So we have 4,000 people here. I want them to hear from the best, you and Miri, about how do you do that?
Well, you just get a guy named Epstein and you blackmail them with kitty porn.
Simple, right? Simple.
Miri and Shelton Yizichro Baruch have been much more generous than me, so why don't you turn around and ask about that?
Ask her, but you both made a lot of connection and made a big influence.
Now what I gave is this. This is what they gave is this.
See, he's letting you know what he contributed, according to him, is a drop in the bucket compared to what, she's Republican donor, he's Democrat. All right.
Same principle. I understand what you're asking. I want to be cautious how it's a system that we did not create. It's a system that's in place. It's a legal system. And we just play within the system. And that's it. I mean, it just really...
You gotta ask yourself, why does such a system exist? See, all this bullshit you were taught in school from my generation and before me, it's just that bullshit. These motherfuckers are crooked. All right. Oh, man. Open for business. Oh, man. Politicians, you can buy them cheap.
Quite simple. If you support a politician, you, under normal circumstances, should have access to share opinions and try to help them see your point of view. That's what access grants you.
Help them see your point of view. How? Well, if the amount of money that we give you doesn't work in helping you see our point of view, then we'll just have to do it the other way, the Epstein way. Get something on you, and then we'll make you an offer that you dare not refuse. How about that?
And the contribution and the financial support grants you the access. So, I mean, those that give more have more access, and those that give less have less access. It's a simple math. Trust me.
He's not wrong. It's not really their fault that they're able to do what they do. It's our fault. It's our system. The system's in place, and our politicians are up for sale. And that should be very scary to everybody. You got all these champions of Israel First. Politicians have been blown up by these.
Yep.
And they're just taking the money and saying what they need to say in order to placate their donors. But that donor could be anybody. I mean, it could end up eventually being the Chinese. I'm sure they're figuring it out. The Cubans were very powerful in Florida. Now the Israelis are very powerful in Florida and the rest of the United States, and soon it'll be the Chinese, or who knows who else. I don't know. I wish I could predict the future, but it could be anybody. And
that's why you got an image of the United States of America with a for sale sign on it. Let me get the scripture real quick. This is going to be 2 Peter 2, and I think I'll start at 18. Let's see. These bought and paid for politicians. This is why, Jake, you'll never get anything. All right. You politicians sold us out during the civil rights era. All right. 2 Peter 2:18. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness. All right, let's get that word, wantonness. All right. G766. All right. Licentiousness. Something including other vices. Filthy. All right. I got you. I got you. All right. See these pictures? See this? Oh my God! Look at this one here. I didn't think a human could turn and twist it. Anyway, verse 19. Anyway, those that were clean escape from them who live in error. 19. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. You belong to me. You're my bitch. Now go in there and speak on this bill. Uh, my God.
That is because our system is set up that way, and he's not wrong in that. I do also want to point out, and I wonder if this is lost on the America First, MAGA, we got to build America for America, white America, that crowd. Is it lost on them that these two have accents? I mean, I don't know. Do they realize, like, these people are from Israel, and yes, they've gained American citizenship, but they've come to this country from a different country. They've gained citizenship, and then they use a ton of money, and they openly say their one issue is their home country. They infiltrate our country, gain citizenship in order to buy our politicians for the benefit of their home country. That, to me, is grounds for stripping your citizenship away if we were going to do that. If they're going to talk about stripping citizenship, which they often talk about in that crowd, this would be the first two that you should take it from.
Exactly. Of course.
All that money. Now, Mary Madison was asked the same question. This is what she says. Both parties want you to believe they're working for the people, but let's be honest. Washington is bought and paid for. Big corporations in Wall Street get bailed out, while working Americans get left with higher prices, shrinking savings, and endless promises that never materialize. The system is corrupt, and when it breaks, they won't be the ones paying the price. We will. That's why I put my trust in something outside of their control. Physical gold and silver from American Hartford Gold.
It's not going to save you.
Tangible, and they've held their
Does not.
every economic collapse in history. You can have them delivered straight to your home or secured in a tax-advantaged gold IRA. American Hartford Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews. And right now, when you call and mention my name, Kim, you can get up to $15,000 in free silver with your purchase. So call 866-584-3884 or text Kim to 65532. That's 866-584-3884 or text Kim, K-I-M, to 65532. Don't wait for politicians to fix a system they benefit from. Protect yourself today.
Okay, let's go on to this real quick. Can't let this slide. Let's go to Ezekiel 7, I think it's 22. What does it say? The heading? The day of the wrath of the Most High. And you think you're going to buy your way out of this. All right. Gotta go up further. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. I start at 12. This is Ezekiel 7 and 12. The time has come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive, for the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return. That's where it goes into in Matthew 24 about not coming down off rooftops and going back into to get anything, flee to the mountains. All right. When it was talking about Masada, but there's coming a day worse than that. All right. It says, that's why Daniel 12 and 1 is there. All right. Therefore, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. Whatever you did to get that coin, it's not going to help you. They have blown the trumpet even to make already, but none goeth to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning every one for his iniquity. All the hands shall be feeble, and all the knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and blame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So there you go. And let's look at it another way. You've bought your silver, you've bought your gold. Shit kicks off. Market crashes, whatever have you. You can't find any brokers, any who deal in precious metals. Now what you gonna do? You can't eat it. Not like it is. What are you gonna do? Scripture just told you. Cast it in the streets because it's no good. I mean, who you gonna buy from? What you gonna buy? Yeah.
Miri, you and Sheldon created a lot of relationship over the years with politicians at the state level, especially at the federal level. I want you to share with everyone why is it so important and how do you do it? Again, writing checks is part of it, but there is more than writing just checks. So how do you do it?
Can you allow me not to answer?
You choose.
I want to be truthful, and there are so many things that I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want specific, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone should know here how important it is to get involved, because the reason that both of you were able to make huge differences is because you got involved. And you spent a lot of time and yes, money, a lot of money on it, but you got involved and you cared. And that's what everyone here need to know. That, complaining and doing nothing is not going to get us.
See, if you notice the expression on Kim Iverson's face, it's like, it's almost as if she's saying to herself, how the fuck did we let it get this bad? Goes back to what I was saying on the onset of the video. I'm glad to see it like this because you were wrong. You were worried about the wrong people. It's your own that that got you to where you are now, that sold you out. It's like the apostles, the elder apostles on down used to say, you, they didn't share their blessing amongst all their own, you know. So why are you mad at us? They're seeing that now.
It's anywhere, and you guys have done completely the opposite. So thank you both.
I mean, first of all, what is she talking about that she can't talk about? Okay, that's suspicious.
Exactly.
Again,
Hella suspicious.
say Epstein again, so we don't forget. Is that what she means? Is these kind of dark operations of blackmail and other types of influence? That's just beyond money for sure. And right, I mean, openly talking about this is the right way to do it, guys. He's cheering this on. This guy who's leading this Israeli-American Council forum here. This is the way to do it. We got to get in there and buy them up and influence them. And we get them to do what we want them to do for our country. That's what we've got to do. I mean, it is. Wake up, America. Wake up. And this is the fruits of their rewards a bit here.
Regardless, it's way too late. Way too late.
Tells the Israeli-American Council that there's never been a Palestine, and that phrases from the river to the sea are equivalent to chanting about a second Holocaust.
When you say from the river to the sea, you are chanting in favor of a second Holocaust. That's what that means. Now, I do think some of these students are just ignorant. I don't think they understand even what they're talking about. You hear some of them talking about end the occupation of Palestine. And I just think they need a little history lesson. There has never been a Palestinian Arab state.
Another sellout.
Prior to the First World War, you had hundreds of years of occupation under the Ottoman Empire. It was not a Palestinian Arab state. Then you had the British Mandate for Palestine. Then you had a partition plan from the UN, Jewish state and Arab state. The Jews accepted the state and founded Israel.
Let's look at something real quick. Hold on. That's what the Arabs call what happened, Nakba. (1945) republished. All right, 1950. Let's see. Here it is. Land ownership by sub-districts repartition. All right. Let's see. Arab, Jewish. All right. The green is Arab. The red is Jewish, so you have 42 to 35, with 23%, I'm guessing, what is that, the other? Yeah. Whatever that means. All right. Different areas. Look at this. Arab, green, Arab. All right. Look at all this. Ramallah, 99%. Nablus, 87%. Jerusalem, 84%. All right, Arab. Gaza, 75%. 4% Jewish as opposed to Jerusalem, 2%. All right. Hebron, 96%. My goodness. These are some lying, delusional, just wicked pieces of shit. All right. Okay. All right. Topography. More fire, no fire, more fire. All right. Indeed, good exercise in cartography helps a lot in understanding Israel-Arab conflict. History cannot be unlinked to geography. I have been following this issue for 35 years now and have been seen upteen maps of the region. All right. Great maps, and thanks for the great site. Freedom for Palestine from London. Look at that. I'll have to bookmark this site. Got to come back and look at this. More videos. Havaro, that's something good to research. All right. Because they did cooperate with the Nazis. All right. This is good to look into because they refused to let them in the country. All right. Nasty motherfuckers. They want to talk all that shit. This is supposed to be another reason, however, why they supposedly hate America and want to do away with it right here. This is one of those. Now, Chaim Weizmann, all right, he was a chemist, if I'm not mistaken. It had to do with the, during the First World War, that era there, something to do with the vulcanization of rubber. All right, and it helped Great Britain during World War I. So, you know, of course, here comes the Balfour Declaration, as in, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. All right. Jewish owned land in Palestine. I mean, we've already gone on over this. All right. Look at this Jewish land ownership. Look at that, just sparse throughout, just here and there. But like rats, you leave them around. Look at that. Netanya, Tulkarm. This is where they were mostly concentrated in. Look at that, just sparse. All right. Palestinian and publicly owned land. The bright pink. There you go. So what are they talking about? Khazarian. That's where they come from. Khazarian, look at here. Between the Black and Caspian Seas. Uh-huh. All right. There you go. Yeah. A people of Turkic origin. So the Turks, one embraced Judaism, the other embraced Islam. Same people. All right. Let's go back to the video. This is, I'm going to have to come back to this site. But let's finish this out.
Arabs rejected the state and they went to war to try to eradicate Israel, and they lost. And they went to war again and they lost in 67 and 73 and throughout the intifadas.
That's not what happened. Lying bastard.
Land historically has no stronger connection than any group of people except the Jewish people. It goes back thousands of years.
Tell them what they want to hear. You fucking
Ron
piece of
DeSantis
shit.
is there at the Israeli-American Council. Obviously, he's going to run again for president when Trump is no longer eligible, if that day arrives. And he's there begging for money. He's wanting that Miriam Adelson money. That's what he's there to do. So he's there saying, look, I would be on your side. I'd continue the Israeli agenda. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. This is not America first at all. I also want to show you this clip. I mean, there's many examples of our politicians being bought off by Israel, but this is just a couple that I want to show you just as a reminder. But this is Florida and Georgia lawmakers, and they are pushing to adopt Judea and Samaria as the name of the West Bank, which is the term that the Palestinians reject. It's the term that the Israelis use for the region. And if they get their way, it's basically a way of erasing the Palestinian claim to any of the land. This is American lawmakers, once again.
Pay attention. When I tell you these are the same people, the same tactics. What did these Edomites, these so-called white people over here, do to the American Indian?
Bought off.
Tribes of Gad and Reuben.
A brief synopsis of the bill. We're just simply requiring all state documents to refer to the land which is called the West Bank by some as the biblical heartland, and the historical name Judea and Samaria. West Bank was it's about just rectifying and recognizing truth, and that's what we're going to stand by.
This is an important piece of legislation that, Rep. Tremont and myself really care about, and we truly need this to pass in our state of Florida to send a message that, we need to value our partnership and our allies, that we...
This bill to recognize Judea and Samaria, it's a recognize God, they recognize the justice, and they recognize our same values, and together, God willing, we will win. Thank you very much.
Proud to continue to support you and your sovereignty, of course.
There is a sovereignty, again, restoring the historical foundation, that it restores back what was really stolen. Many times when countries come in, they rename specifically to take away that identity and foundation.
They're the ones...
It really does bring back the strength historically, again, the sovereignty to be able to take back and possess the very land that is yours by heritage. And so we stand with you in these things.
We're going to have to do a lot of renaming of some of the states in this country, and even just the entire country itself, if we're going to go back to the original names. I mean, this logic, of course, there's no
fucking hypocrites.
There's a lot of money behind it, and a lot of influence behind it, and a lot of brainwashing and blackmailing, and that is what's behind
Lying, murdering, thieving, raping hypocrites.
censoring Americans, controlling U.S. politics, and they brag about it openly. And so many Americans are unfortunately still blind to it. But many, many are opening their eyes, waking up. And that is what we need to do, absolutely, is wake up to this, gain our country back. I'm not sure how we do it. We have to change the rules clearly, because it's not just Israel that's able to use this system. It's anybody is able to infiltrate and start buying off our politicians to, I mean, we've seen this with industries. But, I'm less offended by it coming from a U.S. industry, like a U.S. corporation or U.S. industry, American industry that's buying up influence. That's like your own family talking, crap at you. You're squabbling with your own family members, and you could have those discussions. But when it's somebody from outside of your family, when it's these foreigners that come in and they are literally trying to control our politics, not for the benefit of their lives in America, of their particular group of people in America, that's one thing. But they're advocating for the benefit of a foreign country, and that
There you go.
we have to somehow change.
It's too late. It's too fucking late.
Rules of the game in order to prevent this from happening now and from happening again.
Yeah, it's way too late. Prophecy must be fulfilled. There's nothing you can do. Jeremiah 51. Let's close with that. place has fulfilled what it's been, start at 6. Jeremiah 51:6. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Most High Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Most High's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Her philosophies and doctrine, think democracy, and all the shit that came with it. All right. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies." All right. The Lord, the Most High, Yahweh, hath brought forth our righteousness. Come, and let us declare in Zion the work of the Most High, Yahweh, our God, our power, not everyone's. All right. So yeah, this place is done. And you know what? You Edomites, you so-called, you self-professed white people, you allowed this. This is your own betraying you. Oh, how sweet it is for us to just sit back and watch this place tear itself apart. Isaiah 19:2, the Egyptian against the Egyptian. This is the Most High setting the Egyptian against the Egyptian. All right. All these other scriptures that pertain to this. All right. It's over. You're done. All right. So with that, once again, I hope whoever views these videos, all right, have been edified. And as a result, aware of what's going on, really, as it pertains to the Bible and what's happening in the world, all right, in these days, because you're not learning this anywhere else, all right, certainly not in the churches, all right. Hey, this man's not going to tell on himself, all right. Damn. The sad thing is, Jake goes to your enemy, thinking you're learning something that's going to help you. No. The whole idea is for you to remain ignorant of all this, especially who you really are. All right, so once again, I'd like to remind you to keep your eyes and ears open. All right. This is only going to get worse from here on out. So with that, until the next video, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom.